y'all killing me.
Welcome back to Supers Live. If you are just joining us, you missed one whale of a race, and it was something else. We have not seen a finish like that in quite some time, and that went right down to the wire. And we're gathering up the drivers that were part of that finish, and we've got the winner. He starts his first Summit Classic 125. He becomes a winner here at the Madera Speedway for the first time in his rookie season. Congratulations, Brad Keyser. And your wildest imagination, with the second to last caution, battling with Davo, did you think that you were going to be able to pass for the win here tonight?
No, first, Bobby, I want to say a special thanks to everyone who supports us here. We got Hairbag Studios, Ices on Top. Obviously, first to finish servers do a great job for us. But no, with that restart there, Rob had really been, I think, pacing the whole field on restarts. I think he spent some time on those, and he could really get probably about a 10-car length lead on me, it felt like. And it just happened to be that last run was long enough where I could get the cars, the heat to come into the tires, because I knew I needed about 3 to 4 laps to be good. And we had a couple of real short cautions just before that. But then thankfully that last one went green just long enough where there was some lap traffic that got involved and my tires were getting hot, and Rob's car was definitely going away. I think by the end of the race, probably the best cars were definitely, I think you had a car, I know Keith had a car, I know Dave had a car, and I think Rob's was starting to fade at that point. So he got a little loose coming off too, and I had to make a run at it, and I don't think he saw me. We kind of touched tires. I feel bad because I've tried to really run Rob and Keith and all of you guys real clean all year, but today was trying to keep my nose clean. I caught some outstanding breaks. Middle of the race, I followed you for probably half the race, and really couldn't get by you. Then all of a sudden, I see you check up, and I didn't see what was going on. Little do I know there was a potential caution down into my inside that you had seen because I was behind you. I didn't see it, and I was able to get by you. I felt a little tough because I know what you were checking up for, but you were not going to be passed other than that. But no, just everything kind of played into my hands tonight. And then at the end, Keith came out of nowhere. I could never really get the car back up to speed after passing Rob, and not at speed. It was a little loose, and I think Keith got saw that firsthand and made it interesting to the finish. But it was a fun season. My goal, I wanted to make 5 wins, and thankfully I pulled that off. So fun race.
Well, there was a couple of times there you had just set the fastest lap of the race, and then you almost lost it on the front stretch. That was one big uh-oh moment that we caught. Were there any others out there?
Well, that was a big uh-oh. That was I passed you, and I was getting up there, and I finally got clean track. And Rob had, at that point, probably, it looked like about a half a track to, a third of the track lead. And I finally got clean air, got in a groove. And, when you're starting to see fast lap, you're like, okay, there's a little more in it, a little more in it, a little more in it. And I definitely went a little bit beyond the threshold with it. But really, until the very end, the car was pretty stable all night long. It really turned well. This is pretty much my star setup with a couple tweaks, so I knew the car would rotate. Changed some gearing, changed a little bit of the front end, but really, I knew from previously that the car would rotate real well. And like I said, it was really more luck tonight than it was having the fastest car, because I think there was a lot of other cars that were extremely fast, and just the way the field kind of lined up for me, I got clear early, and really just kind of got to set sail for a little bit.
Well, congratulations, Brad. I know it's important to you to be able to do well here, but keeping things in perspective, certainly, as you've got a busy life and a busy family of your own to raise. But congratulations! What a fantastic rookie season for you here for the Icings on Top Rookie of the Year award, and topping it off with your 5th win of the season, and a big one at that, becoming the 7th different winner of the Summit Classic here at Madera. Congratulations, Brad.
Thank you, Bob, and again, thank you for everything you guys do, and also Breeze Graphics for everything they do with the website and the pre-race. Everything's just outstanding. Thank you.
Brad Keys, you're out of Liverpool, New York, and the Southern Hills Storm football team, number 3, brings home the win here tonight at Madera Speedway for the 15th Annual Summit Classic. Well, let's talk to the guy that we didn't talk much about tonight because he was mired deep in the pack for a long time. And then at the end, the car came alive and just really lived up to his MO. That's Keith. Put one on you, pal, out of Carrollton, Ohio, in the CPR Motorsports Icings on Top, number 41. Keith, are you as surprised as we are that you're sitting here tonight talking to us after finishing second place?
Thanks, Bobby. Yeah, I'm a little surprised with that second place run. Kind of just planned it out. Didn't have the best car, but I worked a lot on tire management as far as the chassis setup. Made a couple changes today, and I was able to keep the tire temperatures pretty consistent and pretty low, and I just had, I just had to plan it to where I had some tire at the end. And there at the end, it was kind of crazy. Everybody was sliding around plus battling, and what a battle. The top 4 was just under a blanket, side by side, sliding it around, a little bump here, a little bump there, nobody losing it. So that's just a testament to the caliber of drivers that we have in this league. But it was a really, really fun race. It's kind of exhausting. But before we went green that last time, I kind of thought I was sitting in the catbird seat. I knew Dave-O still had a little bit of car left. He's able to get by Brad, and he got into second and ran Rob down. And then me and Brad was able to get back to those guys. And then it was just, excuse me, it was just a battle with the top 4. But what a fun, exciting race to top off a really fun, exciting year. Got to thank CPR Motorsports and Icings on Top, and Jim Mayfield this all season long. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have been able to put up the fight that I did with Rob. Congrats to Rob on another championship, and he definitely went out there and earned this one. I felt CPR were showing up to races all season long, a little bit better than last year. And he just got even better than that. So when it comes to, him and Brad, it was totally obvious that Brad was a pretty good help and a pretty good fit for Rob. I think those two are definitely going to be tough to beat going forward. But congrats to Brad on the Icings on Top Rookie of the Year award. He definitely earned it. He had his hands full battling Dave-O, which he had another great run. It's unfortunate he can't run all the time with us, but when he shows up, it's going to be a good race for the front runners. So, kudos to him on a really, really good showing his rookie season also. Got to thank Airbag Studios, Kevin Timmons. He does an awesome job with these. Thank you, Bobby, for the broadcasting and all the long hours you put in to keep this running, relatively effortlessly. Thanks, Rob, for his servers, and got to thank him for giving me a heck of a battle this season. It was definitely fun battling him. But we're kind of ready for this break. It's been a long season, and we're all tired here, so we're looking forward to this break here.
Got something to certainly savor and enjoy after a fine run into second place here. tonight at the Summit Classic 125. Keith Powell, the CPR Motorsports Icings on Top driver, the Mayfield Missile, never peaked into the top three until 3 laps left in the race, and then comes home with second. Let's talk to the guy that finished in third and certainly had his view of every car in the field here tonight, with the Supers Charger Award, advancing 5 positions, driver of the TMS Wolfpack, number 11, Dave O out of Union Connecticut. Dave, that was a wild finish. You are a master at long races. It's something that's in your wheelhouse. How different was this one to some of the other stuff that you get to run in your first season in super modified sim racing here? How different was it for you, and how was it for you at the end of that race? Are you disappointed? Are you happy? Where you stand tonight as you leave Madera Speedway?
Oh, I'm happy with it. It was a great battle there the last 10 laps with the top 4, just bumper to bumper. But definitely approached this race a little differently than I had previous ones, the longer races here at Supers. Kind of started at the back, so slowly started to work my way up, save the tires, and got stuck behind Derek and you, Bobby, for quite some time with a nice battle there towards the mid portion of the race. And I knew once I got up behind Brad towards the end there with 20-30 to go, I could have something for him, but didn't really expect it to turn out like it did. Luckily, Brad was a little slow on the start, and I gave him a couple laps to warm it up, but he didn't quite get going, and I saw Rob getting out there, so I figured I'd have to make my move past him, which I did, and it wound up closing the gap to Rob about a second out ahead. But once me and Rob started battling, brought Keith and Brad right back into the picture, and from there on out, it was a shootout. Somehow got the high line working off 3 and 4, and was able to keep it on the outside of Keith. And thanks to him for racing clean and giving me just enough room to keep the car on all 4. I know there's a little bit of bumping there, but that's close racing at a short track with Supers, and it's awesome. Thanks again for Supers for hosting all these events. Congrats to Brad on the Rookie of the Year, and Rob on the championship, and all you do, Bobby, with broadcasting, with Kevin as well, commentating and all that.
Well, Dave, that was a tough joint to pass at. How much car did you have left at the end of the race?
I felt like I had a ton left towards the end. I was struggling all race getting from center off, but I could really get it in on entry to middle. But it seems like towards the end, I was just faster everywhere in the corner compared to Rob there. Really, especially on center off, I could really get it down and get some power down, but I just couldn't quite get enough on the inside. In hindsight, I probably should have just tried the outside, considering it stuck there. But still a great race and very fun.
Dave O coming home in third place. When you see the results on Live Racers, it really shows, and you can see that at supers.liveracers.com. You can really see the mix-up at the end of that race with that late caution, and how it with the worn out tires, and then trying to hustle to the finish. And certainly, as Dave said, a little bit of rubbing out there, even in an open wheel car. Not really anything malicious. It's just, this is a 125 lap race. You've raced hard and you're going for the win. It was a good show for sure. A thrilling show. We apologize for getting a little overexcited at the finish of that one, because if you weren't excited as a fan of racing or sim racing watching that, you might as well turn on some golf, because that was something else. Congratulations again to Brad Keyser out of Liverpool, New York. Just want to say what a fine job leading the last 4 laps of the race. Rocket Rob Warren coming home short tonight, 121 laps led. A great run by him, had a great car, kind of went away at the end, and then wasn't able to hold him off. Did his best, and certainly deserves this championship here this season. And fans, we want to remind everybody that you can head to our merch store. You still got time before we sign off here tonight to get the Carl Becker Fan Club shirt, for just $22, you can get the Carl Becker Fan Club shirt and support the old guy out there. Finishing up tonight in 6th position, Derek Backus running out of fuel. Here's the full field rundown for the 15th annual Summit Classic 125. Winning from starting in the 6th position was Brad Geezer, leading 4 laps and setting the fastest lap of the race at 11:7.86. Second place goes to Keith Powell, and he comes home with a fine run to finish out a great season. Dave O, another rookie, doing a fine job out there in for 3rd, starting in last. He gets the Supercharger for advancing 5 positions. Finishing in 4th, leading the most laps here tonight, 121, Rob Warren, who started outside row 1. Gangwer comes home in 5th, the last car on the lead lap. 6th place belongs to Carl Becker, 4 laps down. Derek Backus is your 7th place finisher, running out of fuel, but finishing ahead of rookie Rob Van Tynen, who's 8 laps down at the end and able to complete the race here tonight for his first Summit Classic. So all in all, a great night here at Supers, a great season. And we certainly hope that you'll come back during the summer for our short summer season starting on June 4th. And we'll be running the non-wing super modifieds primarily at Oswego Speedway. Until then, I want to thank Hairbag Studios, BreezeGraphics.com, Icings on Top, First to Finish Race Servers, WAGS Custom and Cool Awards, and all of our fine viewers like you that tuned in all season long to watch Super Modified Sim Racing. And thank you to everyone who's followed us on Twitch. If you haven't done that, you can still hit that follow button and help us push towards the affiliate status. What a fine season. You'll be able to watch the replays of everything from the Summit Classic 125 in our YouTube playlist within 72 hours. We've got last night's poll night run up, and we'll have tonight's feature. And watch for supers.net for more information on real super modified racing as well as super modified sim racing. Visit our friends and partners at heatfighter.net and the modsquad.info for more great online sim racing mods and leagues. I'm Bob Gangwer for Kevin Timmons, your video producer, who's done such a fantastic job tonight. We wanted to give a shout out to Rocket Rob Warren. He wanted to celebrate his birthday tonight with a win, but he wasn't able to do it. But happy birthday, Rob. Thanks for all you do. Thanks, Kevin, for all you do. And thank you to all the Supers members for making this the original Super Modified Sim Racing Sanction, one of the longest running in all of sim racing. Until June 4th, when we're back with the non-wing Super Modifieds, I'm Bob Gangwer from the Central Valley of California, reminding you all to keep it wings side up and wheels to the ground. P.S. We'll see you in Indianapolis for the 500.
Someone you love, and if you're going through it, I say do it with someone you love. I've been around a long time, in and out of love, but if you're gonna do it, I say do it with someone you love.